Here we go. I knew I was going to have tech fails. Welcome. I'm Amy Burns, and you are on musetech.net live Facebook channel, and I hope that you are doing well. If you don't know who I am, I'm going to jump so you can see me. I am new at doing it this way without my friend Joe, who usually gets me going. But I am thrilled to have my friends Katie Wardrobe and Cherie Herring here tonight. And big shout out to both of them who are running the chat room for me. And I apologize, I've already started with muted and you couldn't see me. But I'm using a new service on given by Katie to do this StreamYard.com. So I'm really excited because this is streaming flawlessly over to the Facebook group and to my personal YouTube page. So I'm thrilled to be here. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Amy Burns, and my website is amymburns.com. But Joe, Jeff, and I usually jump on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time on our musetech.net live on our Facebook channel. So I've taken it over tonight and have my female posse with me, which I love. I have Cherie and Katie hanging around, and they will text me sporadically and say, "You're muted," or "You forgot to put your camera back on." So I'm so glad that they are here to help me out today. So welcome. Today I'm going to talk about Seesaw, the updates for elementary music educators. And this is being recorded, so if you miss it, you can go to my YouTube channel, or you can come right back here to the Facebook channel. And oh, good, Katie says I'm looking great, awesome. You can come back in and see this at any time. We try to leave this up so it's around. So I do want to give you just a little heads up about me. I'm in a hotel room tonight. 2 days ago, while my kindergarten colleague, big shout out to Darcy Petrie, and I were doing Seesaw for New Jersey Association Independent Schools. It was all about assessment and Seesaw. So I was doing the specialist side, and she was doing the kindergarten classroom teacher side. And we knew tropical storm might come right through the exact time that we were presenting. So I used a hotspot card. She didn't have one. She pre-recorded her slides. We were doing fabulous. The lights go out. I'm in the dark. Doesn't matter because I've got the hotspot, it's going great, no internet connection lost. And then I go, Darcy, and she's gone. So she's been kicked off, booted off, her power went out, everything went out. So no worries, I hit play and her voice magically comes through and it's beautiful, it's going great. And then the hotspot died, cellular service died, and we have been out since Tuesday. So I'm teaching a class at Lebanon Valley College, the STEAM for elementary music educators. So I was like, I gotta be able to work. So Sarah, my youngest, and we just went to 3 towns over, and we're in a hotel. So that's why I look like I'm in a hotel, but doing great. Family's doing great. Hope you're doing great. And let's talk about Seesaw, and the updates for elementary music. So I'm gonna share my screen. And Katie is awesome because she showed me how to do everything. But here's going to be my really tricky thing. I could not bring my second monitor and I could not bring my microphone. So I am going to go full screen so you see it better. And I hope you're going to hear it. And Katie's going to let me know because I am going to make sure that she lets me know in some way, shape, or form. But she says it's looking good. I hope it's looking good for you. I do see it going live, so we should be good. So I'm going to share my screen. And we are doing Seesaw updates for LMUZ. And again, I'm Amy, and I'm hoping everything is going well because I am a few seconds ahead of you. So coming September 1st, this book is coming out, which I'm really excited about. It's called Using Technology with Elementary Music Approaches. And I love this book because I have the best collaborators on this book. So it's being published by Oxford University Press, and it's about using elementary music, or technology with elementary music, with the Dr. Feyerabend First Steps approach, the Kodai approach, and the Orff Schulerk approach. So Dr. Missy Strong wrote about first steps. She wrote the overview of it, and then I tell how to implement technology into the 8 steps. Then Glennis wrote the Kodai approach, and I talk about how to implement technology. And then Ardith wrote the Orff-Schulwerk, and I talk about how to integrate technology. It's all lesson plans. And then Cherie, who's on tonight, thank you, Cherie, she and I wrote the project-based learning chapter together. So this has a plethora of lessons. It can be worked into our current teaching scenarios, which could be a variety of ones that will change throughout the year, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure you're going through this as well as I am. And it can work in those one-to-one situations. It can work in the restricted classroom situations. It can work if you're doing synchronous or asynchronous. Though I didn't write it with that in mind, because this was going through its final stages when we went into quarantine. I'm hoping it's going to help. I'm sure it's going to help. And the manipulatives are going to be on my website. So you'll constantly be able to download them and they can be updated. So I'm going to go with some frequently asked questions in Seesaw. This one gets asked all the time. Should I create my own journal or tack onto the classroom teacher's journal? Because many of us are jumping into Seesaw because you're going to need a platform this year because your teaching scenario is probably going to change often. So here's my answer usually to this. If you are starting Seesaw and your school's starting Seesaw and the classroom teacher's starting Seesaw, then yes, tack on to it. And I say that because you all need to work together to get it going and to be successful. You need that companionship. Then after that, after a year, remove yourself from the classroom teacher and have your own music journal. I have it per class. Depends if you're using the free version, you probably want to do it per grade. But if you have the paid version, per class, it's really nice on the parent end because I'm also a parent of 2 children with Seesaw. And then I don't have to sort through a lot that way. It's filtered nicely. So but per class is a little bit easier than per grade. But again, you're going to probably have to follow what your admin says to do. But that's the answer to that question that I always give. So another question comes up about Seesaw. Can I place an accompaniment on the screen and have the students record themselves with the accompaniment? You know, can I put Star Wars on the screen, the accompaniment, with the recorder descant and have the child play along with the accompaniment and video themselves? Such a popular question. Currently, the answer is no, but I will show you today a workaround. So you can do it on an iOS device through audio, or you can do it through video or audio on a browser, like a Chromebook or a laptop or a desktop. And can I upload an MP3 file? You would be shocked. When Seesaw came out, you could, but no, you cannot. So you have to link it, and I'll show you how to do that tonight or this morning, depending where you are. So what are the new updates? Let's get going. So what I really love is that you can now, when you do make pages, think of them like Google Slides. You can make multiple pages if you have the paid version. If not, you can make one page. But before these updates, you couldn't put a video on the page. And if you did, and you couldn't resize it when you try, I mean, it wasn't working the way you wanted it to work. So they fixed it. So now you can record with Seesaw Video Recorder or upload a video. You can only add one video per page or 5 minutes of recording time. You can upload a video that's 250 megabytes in size. So for larger videos, upload your video to a video hosting site and link it through Seesaw. So to show you a little bit of this, here is my Seesaw journal with all my classes. And so I'm going to post here to student work, and I'm going to upload a video. So I'm just going to click and drag it right in. There it comes. And it comes into the drawing tablet. And this is Steve Martin playing. I love this one, and I hope it gets heard when he does play. I can resize it, but first you always have to unlock it. It comes in and it locks automatically. So you got to unlock it, you can resize it, and then lock it again. Little tip, the students can unlock things. They just can. It's not fixed yet, so they can't. And so I put in some text that was way too large. So you don't have a font sizing. You can just, it's kind of like Notebook. If you remember Smart Notebook, or if you still use it like I do, you can resize it, and it's going to resize that font for you. When it does that, you have it all right here ready to go. And when you do, I just use that text tool to tell them to leave a comment. with the answers to these questions. This is my musician of the week, and I used to do this in Google Slides, but now with Seesaw, I can just do this all on the journal. This isn't even an activity. I can just leave this on the journal, and they can leave a comment because you can record a comment or say a comment. And of course, I can change the style, so you can see right there by just using the style tool. And now it's ready to go. And I can assign it right over to their journal. So I'm locking everything here. And then I can go right over and assign. By clicking the green check, I'm going to assign it to Sarah's journal. Poor Sarah has had so many things assigned. It's an online folder, online learning folder. Those folders are very helpful if you're with a teacher, if you're teaching with a teacher, because it's like a hashtag. It's going to filter out so parents can just find the music items. So we go into Sarah's journal here. It's posted on her journal. It's not an activity. Hit play. It's one of my favorites. And then she can leave a comment to answering all those questions. She can either record it. This is great for all of our multiple modalities, or she can write it. It's really up to her how she wants to do it. So that's the one thing that's new update, is that you can just record a video directly in, or you can just place it right in as a file. Now, if I wanted to, if I have the paid version, I can add another page and tell them to record themselves those answers on the next page. Here's another new item. I used a shapes tool, and now I can link. So just like Google Slides, I can link to the next page. So I click the three dots, link, next, and then I lock it. So when Sarah does this, she can answer on the next page, click the link, and it automatically goes over to the next page. And here she can use, I can put the questions all back, and she can use the microphone, or she can use the camera tool and record, or she can use the text tool. So again, we're hitting all of these wonderful multiple modalities. How awesome is that? That's really great. So if your learner needs to video, they could hit the camera tool and video themselves saying the answers. They want to record, they could hit the microphone. If they want to write, they could use the drawing tool. If they want to type, you can use the text tool. That differentiation for all of those multiple modalities makes sure that you are reaching every learner. Few things. This slide deck is available on amymburns.com. I put it up there a few minutes ago, so you can go into the session links and grab this. Now, this is in honor of Katie Wardrobe, because I knew she'd be here, and I know she's helping me. So she does these great follow the bouncy balls, and she's always found different ways to do this. So I thought, is there a way to do this with the new tools? And there is. You can post to the student journal and place the lyrics and the ball object. So see what's going on there? It's following the bouncy ball. So you can totally do that. So I had to record this last night. I'm trying not to wake up Sarah. I woke her up. So you can see the directions on what I did down here. I used the plus to post to the student journal, and I placed the lyrics just like this. And I resized those lyrics. And where did I get the lyrics? I just went over to Google and got the lyrics. And so I resized it. And then I put the spaces in so that the spider will be able to fit over. Sometimes you have to double click to get this to work. Cool. And then what I did was I found a spider and I resized him. he already had a transparent background, so I didn't need to do anything yet with that. And then I know that I can move him around. That's good. I'm going to lock the words because I don't want the spider to make it go all over the place. And now I'm going to change the background so that it looks a little bit more, like it's outdoors. And now I'm going to bring in this. Okay, that's the water spout, but it has a background. So we're going to go into, this is the most amazing tool, remove.bg. And we're going to take that background, that one, and we're going to remove it. That's what it is, remove background. You can't forget it. I love it because it's remove.bg. So we put it in there, it automatically removes the background, and then we download. Once we download, it's there. I'm going to get rid of the old one and put in the new one. And we're set. Look at that. I love that. Isn't that great? So I'm going to lock it. And then I get the spider ready. And then I just click record, just the microphone. The microphone is going to record the video as well as the audio. And you have now made a Bouncy video. How cool is that? That they can sing along. So you don't even have to ask them to do anything. They can just sing along with it. Or if you want, you can have them create their own. So you can add another page. Again, adding multiple pages is in the paid version, not the free. And I do love this. It actually puts it over like that. So you can get rid of everything because now you have two of it because of the video. So you can get rid of that background and the lyrics and just use the video. But you can also add it because now you can add a video per page. So we love that. But you can also add a page and have the students give them the lyrics and the little that's locked and give them the little spider and have them create their own Bouncy spider video. Yeah, and that's me just unlocking and getting rid of all of them. So it's really, really, really cool that they can do that. See, so they can do this and actually record themselves with the microphone and do it. So they can create their own bouncy ball. Why is that necessary? It's not really necessary, but it's a great assessment tool. So they're going to sing and they're just having fun and you're assessing their singing. Activity library, those were just journals. So now let's go with these new tools in the activity library. I highly encourage the activity library, especially again, if you're sharing. If you are sharing that journal with a classroom teacher, the activity library is going to allow you to filter out other journal posts because you'll be able to access everything in the activity library that's yours. And all the responses will be in a gray bar that's under the activity. So it's really, really fabulous in that way. In the activity library, we can just go right into assign and then go right over here, and in the community has so many activities. If I was just looking for a third grade music activities, specifically third grade in music, I will find, as of last week, 350 activities that are already pre-made and field tested. So before you reinvent the wheel, go through here. Those little pink hearts means that I favored it. I'm allowed to have 100 activities that I favorited in the free version. In the paid version, I believe it's 1,000. And what happens when you go over 1,000? Just delete some from your favorite and then you can add some in. I can find this great one done by, I missed the name. So if you are listening, I love this. It's recorder fingerings. So I can actually copy and edit and go through and change it. But I really love the way she did it. I didn't need to do that. And put this, hearting it, puts it into my library. When I click assign, I can go find the class that I want to assign it to all the students, some of the students. Again, poor Sarah's journal has been hitting hard this summer with everything I throw on it. She's really confused why her journal is so cluttered. And then I can edit folders. So I can make sure it goes into music or just online. And I also, in the paid version, this is the paid version only, I can put skill sets. So that when I'm writing progress reports, I can come back to my Seesaw journal and look at the skill sets that I assigned. So it's there and ready for her to go, and she can go and get it. So now we're going to go into Sarah's journal, and she can assign and she will review the activity. Here we are in Sarah's. She's going to click add response. There it is. I am going to fast forward over this. She can go and watch it, listen to it.
Click add.
How great that is for your non-readers. Now, she loves the glow pen. Okay, so I'm going to fly through that. She has clicked the green check and she assigned it. Now I get a review right there. I can go and check it. I can approve it. I can delete it. I can send it back. If I have the paid version, I can send it back. And here's where all of their activities would come in. So the activity library is really nice because it will organize, it will filter, it will allow you right here to put all your skill sets in so that you can easily grade them later or write a progress report. It's really, really good. So I do encourage the activities as well as journal posts. It always depends. So now here's another one that I'm starting to work on. So I have two different note naming activities, one for, I think, younger grades 2 and 3, and one for grades 4 through 7. And they're multiple pages. Now, what if you have the free version and you try to access multiple pages in the activity library, but you don't have that? It will give you a PDF, I believe. And Sheree, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that will be a PDF for you instead of this working through each slide one at a time. So in this one, it's a note naming game. And what happens is you write in the notes with one of your pens and it's words. But I thought, now using this new multiple links on one page, what if I made that escape game here in Seesaw? This is that escape game that broke my Google Drive back in March that I created. Love the game. Not so happy it broke my drive, but you know, it is what it is. But I think what I can do, and it successfully did, is I can have those little text tabs I just put up. One said bag, that's correct. One said egg. So what I can do is link the text box so it goes to this yay page. We're going to add some cute little shapes that are already ingrained in Seesaw. I'll add some fun hearts. And so if they click on that one and the link, it will go right here to yay and they know they got it right. And then I can add a page where if they click on the incorrect response, then it will go to a page with a frowny face, is what I believe I decided to make in this example. Now, this is going to take some time to get it all done. And it's probably Google Slides. I still think it's a better format for this type of activity, this escape room that I'm doing. But I love that Seesaw is getting better and that it's coming to fruition to be an alternative. So you don't always have to use other third parties to create things if you're using Seesaw. So this is my page where we'll have the sad frowny face. We'll make him yellow and just put in my glow pen because it's now my pen of choice and just make it a frowny face. So again, that's going to allow them, oh, poor little guy. It needs the wah, wah, wah. So then we lock everything, and what it allows them, if they get it right, it goes to the yay page. And if they get it incorrect, it will go to the sad page. But that's a lot of multiple pages, and you can only have 20 multiple pages on the side. Still something I'm experimenting with. Choice boards, right? Choice boards were the thing this past spring, and Sheree made the most amazing choice boards in Seesaw. And every week she'd make them for each grade level. She shared the activity link. So it didn't matter if you had paid or if you had free version, you could click on her link and you could use it. I mean, it was great. So I was like, let's see, what am I going to do? So I decided to make a choice board that looked like a bulletin board. So the first thing to make this, what you just saw there, and that was my rhythm play along, meaning it had all the YouTube rhythm play along videos for the students. So this is just a fun choice board. So I found this great cork board. It was a bulletin board that I wanted. And so I just clicked and dragged it in. And then I just made it bigger. And then I locked it. So this is making a choice board using this idea, I have to tell you, I got from another classroom teacher. She put it up on Seesaw. I thought it was awesome. So I'm using like a bulletin board, choice board. So I decided to use Post-it notes. So I grabbed this Post-it note and I took the background off of it in remove.bg, remove background. That's how you remember it. And then the perfectionist in me, which kills me some days, is I had to have a tack. So I found a tack and I put the tack on the board and resized it. Yes, only me would do this, but I really wanted to make it look so realistic. So then I did this multiple times. So once I locked it all and it was the way I wanted to make it, I just copy and pasted this multiple times. And so it should speed up in a second because you didn't really want to watch that. Yep. So, and it's a duplicate. When you go into those 3 dots, it has duplicate and you can do that. And then I just locked everything. So it's all locked. And then I went to my playlist. If you follow me on YouTube, I have a rhythm play along playlist. We love it. It has minions. And you can grab these links, but I'm going to save YouTube them. Now, I don't know if there's a controversy on using Save YouTube. I don't know if it takes away money they might get from YouTube links. I don't know. But when you add the link, the Save YouTube link, like I don't even need to do a thumbnail. It's going to create one for me. So I go to the link, I go and paste it in, and it's there. It's all there. How perfect is that? So it does that for you. So you don't have to make your own thumbnail. So I did this for quite a few. I did 5 and I locked them down. So when they click that little link that's on the side of the little minions there, it will have a great time of playing. It will open a new tab or it will open the browser, depending if you're iOS browser or if you are Chromebook tab. So then I did one more just to write in the directions. And then I put in checkboxes. Using the square tool, I put in checkboxes. Why? It's a checklist. And I cannot take credit for this idea. The checklist idea came from you going on Twitter, following Chris, who is a Seesaw ambassador, KRIS. Amazing. I learned a couple of really cool tricks and turned them into music for me. And I just love following him on Twitter. So then I put in the directions. Remember the icon list. So if you're new to Seesaw, if you see things that have the colon around them, that means they're going to turn them into icons. So your non-readers will have pictures to be able to see that right there. They'll have pictures. And you can automatically record yourself saying it. So your non-readers are really affected nicely in Seesaw because they're helped be able to do the activity. So here I'm just adding it again, putting it in a folder. And now when Sarah opens it, there it is. That's what it looks like. And she can look at the directions and she can click on the links. There it does. It opens a tab in Safe YouTube. So when I do a speed timing on my videos so that I can make a process look much faster, I didn't check the pitch button there. So sorry, they sounded like chipmunks instead of minions. Anyways, that's there. And of course you can copy and edit it. So I think I have the link is on the bottom of the page on this. And if this isn't working so you can see the link is active and you can grab that choice board if you grab my slide deck on amymburns.com. So activity libraries, now I'm showing it's the desktop and iOS, just so you know that what I'm trying out works on both. And then I'll let you know when they divvy up. We love them. We know them. They are our interactive classroom. So in this interactive classroom, what I did in my activity library is exactly how everyone's been making them. You Google, blue room or, empty room, blue, empty room. I wanted one that had the light in because I'm getting new windows. So I had that one. And then I just found things and used remove.bg to remove any of the backgrounds and then just made this fun template. Now this is a template so that every time I want to switch up the activities, I can. So I put it in Seesaw Activity as a template, and then I can just copy and edit and change around what I want to change around. So the activity here is they are to click on the instruments and see the videos. They go jump the tab back. Here they'll go over and they can create their own music, but it's going to have a familiar melody. So it's Che Che Kool-Aid. If they click any of the instruments, they'll find that great video that we all probably use that has Che Che Kool-Aid in it. I obviously layered 2 videos over. It goes to that great Che Che Kool-Aid activity. And then that's the MP3. So I just want to show that one more time. I was doing revisions right up to the end. That should have gone to a video, so I apologize. I layered over it. This music right here is an MP3. And that's how you have to get around it. You have to put it in your Google Drive and create a shareable link. Then the MP3 will work. And it's my school song. Just gonna pop through that. And then over here on Stevie Wonder, so there's a link, and that goes to the Kittle Encyclopedia, and he would be our composer and musician study. And again, I would just save that as an activity. And then I found this one off of Katie's free, there's a nice virtual xylophone to use this year, and that's off of Katie's free resources she did a couple of weeks ago that you can find on her YouTube channel. So again, it's just an activity template so that I can go back in there and copy and edit it all the time. And that makes it nice because then I can just pull things out and put things back in. So that's how you can do an interactive classroom on Seesaw. Tabs. Again, I credit Chris from Twitter on this one. He made these tabs, and this is phenomenal. It's to make tabs that will link to multiple pages. So this will work great if you have a paid user. So he just layered objects on top of each other, and then he linked them. So the tabs, if you were on the home page, it had everything in it, and then you would click a tab and it would go to the corresponding pages, all within the Seesaw. So that's all within the activity. So let's look at one that has this. This is a recorder book that I'm creating. And so we're in Sarah's Seesaw journal, and she hits this activity and she needs to do the recorder. It's a recorder book. So I, bless you, I used the drawing tool to make that. And then what I did was I used these tabs, just like those shapes, and that's what it was. So when you clicked on the tab, it's just moving pieces. So they can play along because I put the video in there. How did I do the video? I downloaded it. And then here, Sarah adds a video of herself. Yay, Sarah. I know you were missing the recorder sound, so that was to get your recorder fixed if you haven't started back to school from break or holiday or from summer. So these little tabs, I showed you, I just made them by using shapes in the activities there and using the drawing tools, and then we just put links to them so they went to the other pages. And you can create a whole book. And again, I have to give it up for Chris at Twitter, who is a Seesaw ambassador. So, music play users. Yay, Denise. Denise and Artie just had the Odyssey conference online, and I'm so honored. She asked me to do Seesaw and music play, a whole session on it. So this comes from that session. Actually, it comes after that session because I started to say, what if I took some of her music play activities and put them right here in Seesaw activities? Now, we need separate links. So what Denise doesn't have yet separated as an individual link, it won't work. It will only take you to Music Play, and then they have to get around. But for the youngest of our learners, they need parental buy-in and parental help if they're doing any sort of online learning. So if our youngest learners don't have parents clicking for them, then they're not going to do the music activities. And if we make it challenging for them to find things, they won't do the music activities. So Denise is working on making individual links off of Music Play Online. Thank you, Denise. So what I did was I took one of her online learning activities, because she made a bunch of them that are fabulous, and they have their own individual links. So I took a preschool music one and made tabs. This way, they can just go into Seesaw and click on the tabs and then check off, this is that checkbox again, and do the activities. One of my students' favorites, one green jelly bean down in my belly bean. This is, if you haven't seen the ballet of the unhatched chickens, she does a great job. And then they use the microphone to record what they think, and they can use the drawing tool to check off the items that are on this checkbox. So all of that's in Seesaw. Now, how did I get the videos? Because her videos don't have individual links. So with her permission, I downloaded the videos and then put them here in each page. Frequently asked question comes back. This is asked earlier in the evening, and I'm going to address it now. Can I place an accompaniment on the screen and have the students record with that accompaniment? So now this comes from Music Play Online from her Odyssey. So take a watch. I'm going to show you what I showed there as how to get around this, because the answer is no, not at this time. But I'll show you how. Can you do that? You cannot. Seesaw has not improved it yet so that you could just come in here. Now you're recording. Can't play video while recording. So that's a bummer. So what can we do to correct that? I want her to play along with the video. So I'm going to stop this recording. There are some things that we can do. One, since she's on a Chromebook, here's one way to solve that issue. There is a way to be able to record with the doggy recording, but it's not going to be on the same screen. When you're using a Chromebook or a laptop, you can do it this way. You can embed the link that brings you over to the video. Since this video has no direct link, the best you can do is put in the musicplayonline.com/recorder link. When you do that, you can put it here in the directions, or even just add it right onto the template, because now we can. Up until last week, that wasn't even possible. So you can put in the directions to click on this link. It will open up in a new tab just like this one. And then what you can do is when they're over here, you can tap the microphone, start recording, jump tabs, start playing, finish playing, come back and stop your recording. This will work, the jumping of the tabs. This works for Chromebooks, laptops, and desktops. Just to see a little bit example of it, it is now starting to record. It is now recording. I jumped the tab over here. Even though I've jumped tabs, it's still recording. Click stop, I jump back to this tab, and it has been recording, and I click done. That will process that, and then I have it. It's probably still now recording. I jumped the tab over here. Even though I've jumped tabs, it's still recording. So it worked. And then I can hit the green check button, and it will be submitted. So that will give you an audio recording. Now, if you truly want a video recording, then this is what you will do. It's still, you're going to jump the tabs. When you are in that activity, and I have placed in this recording of the actual song because I couldn't link directly to this, I use Screencastify or Loom, I use Loom, to be able to create it and just put it right in. Right? So I'm going to get rid of this. This is going to go away. Let's grab that move tool. And this time, with that link there that we stuck in, so they know where to go, you're going to click that link. It will open up this tab again. And this time you will click the video so that you can create a video of playing along. So the way to do that is this. You go here, because you can allow one video on the screen. Click video. It's now recording. Click record. I am now video recording. Go here. And what you're going to do is you are going to play along. So that was that right at the ending. I go back over here. It's been recording. I click done. It comes back up. Go here. So even though I'm in and what you're going to do is you are going to play along. So there are ways around it, and those are the ways around it. Again, they're putting links into the template, and then those links open a tab. iOS devices. Does this work? No, it's not going to work on an iOS this way. So how do you do this on iOS? You would use the screen recording tool that's built into the iOS devices that's in the control panel. It's screen recording. Hold it down to make sure the microphone is on. That's an easy step to forget. And then it will start recording, and will record anything you're doing on the iPad, and will record the sound. So that's how you would get by this on, or do this on an iOS device. That was a lot, so I wrote that out for Chromebooks, and I wrote that out for iOS devices. It's a lot, and I call it Jump the Tab, which always people are like, what? Like it makes me remember Jump the Shark when a series is Jump the Shark. But you got to jump the tab. That's the only way it works right now. Now, who knows? In 2 months from now, they might fix that or improve that, more like improve that. And you might not need this. And of course, on iPads or iOS devices, you got to use the screen recording tool. If it's not in your controls, you have to go and put it in your controls. And don't forget to hold down the microphone to make sure it's turned on. It will source the individual sound, but it won't pick up the recorder playing. Finally, don't forget to share these activities. Even if you're not an ambassador, you can still share these activities. The activities come with different ways to share them. Whether you put them in your library, you grab the link, or you can actually embed them. And when you do share them with a district, you can share in your community. Like you can share with other teachers in your building. I know I've grabbed a couple of Spanish lessons before. And again, I also love that you can put the link out. That's what Cherie was doing this past spring, which we love because we could grab them. Seesaw ambassadors can submit them to the community, but if you're not a Seesaw ambassador, you can't do that. So you can share with links and the embed code too. You can actually embed the link into another place. So if it's a Seesaw activity, you can embed the link into Canvas, and that will bring them over to Seesaw. I believe that works. I've never actually tried that individually, but I've been told and read it several times. That link, that embedding link, means you are able to share it. You're also able to embed it on a web page when you use an embed code. And of course, publishing to the school library is very helpful. I did it. I said I'd do this in 45 minutes, and I actually did it. I'm shocked. Coming September 1st. This is, you can pre-order this on Amazon. I'm still working on the website, and I am determined to have that out before the Kindle version, I think, comes out on the 18th of this month. But the paperback version is coming out September 1st. It's using technology with elementary music approaches by me, but it's published by Oxford University Press. I gotta give shout outs to Dr. Misty Strong, Glennis Patterson, Artist Collins, and Cherie Herring, because they did Missy, Glennis, and Artist did did the forwards for Dr. Rafia Robbins' First Steps, Kodai, and Orshulk, respectively. And then Cherie helped me over in the project-based learning chapter. All the supplements and manipulatives will be up on my website. They'll give you a different website that when you put it in or click it, it goes to my website so that I can update that easily and not have to go through a third party to do that. So this was Seesaw Updates for El Mused here on Muse Tech Live. I can't believe I did it. And I'm going to do something. First of all, a big shout out again to Katie Wardrobe for suggesting StreamYard.com to make this easier. What I was going to do was actually do a Zoom in the corner of me, like a floating head, and then do Facebook Live. And she was like, do this, and you can get this over to YouTube and Facebook. And I've seen her do it so many times, I knew it was perfect. So big thank you to Katie and Cherie. So I will just look over at the chat to see if there's anything I can answer immediately. It is being recorded, so you don't have to worry. If you missed it, you'll be able to see it right here on this Facebook page or my YouTube channel. Cool. Okay, it's so good to see like Cynthia. I see you out there. Ellie, hi, awesome. Let's see. Oh, great problem solving. Thanks, Alyssa. Sounds good. Looks good. Good. Videos again. Meme. So Clue, just like Flipgrid. Yeah, Flipgrid did just a huge update yesterday if you're a Flipgrid. Thank you, Katie, for putting in my website. Remember that if you want the slide deck, it's up on my website, amymburns.com. Yep, the remove.bg is phenomenal. Do we have the pay version? I guess you might be asking someone, Karen, on that one, but the free version does pretty much everything I showed except for multiple pages, and because your activities will only be one page, and the skill sets. Will I be able to access the video again later? Yep, of course. Yep. You can use Seesaw for free, yep, but the paid version has those extras. Can we send our activities to our fellow teachers in our district? Yep. You can use the link, or if you all are on the same library, you have the paid version, that library, they'll be able to access it there. So that works as well. Yep, good. I think there's a share the teacher. Y'all are awesome. You answer each other's questions. I love this. Cherie Herring, I love her lessons. So Cherie, if Cherie's on here, I hope she said it's me. That's who Amy loves. It's me. Go into the activity library and look for Cherie. Like just click on her name. If you click on the author's name, it'll give you all the activities that they contributed. And Cherie's an amazing one. So do it. Yeah. And I think Cherie was. I hope she was on. Yeah. Yep. I love that Beth is also saying Stephanie Gummersheimer. She makes great choice boards as well. Awesome. Oh, and Stephanie was on. Yay. And there's Cherie. And then Cherie tells you where you can find some. Awesome. And I do love that xylophone too. Good. That song pays my bills. Sarah, that's awesome. Great playing, Sarah. Yes. Oh, Sarah, did you play? Were you the recorder player on that because of that music play? Is that what that's referencing? That's awesome. Not allowed to use recorders. Christy, such a good point. So if, let's say you want to continue recorders, but due to the restrictions right now, you can't. Here are some ideas. You can have them keep their mouthpiece off and finger during class. And then use this platform so that when they go home, they use it. Now, let's say you're totally online, then you can do this. I actually did a whole recorder unit this past spring because it was the one thing I knew that the kids were going to be motivated to do while we were online, and I needed to motivate them. So I would put a lot of those activities up and they would earn their recorder stars. But since I don't have the stars to physically give them, we did digital badges, which everyone's been talking about now. And thanks to Katie, I made mine in Canva. And so they were getting these little digital badges all throughout the spring. So that's a way to do it if you're online, and if you're hybrid, no mouthpiece, and they can finger and hum if you're allowed. But the report that came out today showed instrumentalists had to wear a mask, but you could play the instruments, you just had to wear a mask. I am a professional woodwind player. The amount of air you're using for a recorder is like whispering. The amount of air you use for a clarinet is very different. So this will be the excuse for them to stop popping those notes. Let's see. I saw the unit. Yep. Hopefully they can come up with some recommendations if they're not going to do recorder. That's the other thing, is you can skip it for the year. We'll have to begin the year walking the kids through the process. Yep. And the flip classroom, is really a great solution. Yes, the book is a Kindle version. I think the Kindle comes out on August 18th. So I'm really going to try to get that website up in the next 2 weeks, as I believe the Kindle version is coming out on the 18th. So that will have the active links, which is easier. That's kind of what I insisted on, but they wanted paperback as well. Thank you. You're all thanking me. Thank you. I really hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope it gave you some ideas. Go back through this, grab the slide deck, and if you have questions, email me. My address is right there on the website, and it's really easy for me to get back to you in a few days. And if I don't, email me again, because it just means I'm entrenched in something and I'm coming up for air, and I will get back to you. Again, big thanks to Katie Wardrobe for helping out tonight, and Cherie Herring. You're awesome. Big thanks to Missy Ardith and Glennis for that book. And big thanks to Chris on Twitter, who does all these Seesaw cool tips that I just grab and redo. So have a great night. Stay safe, especially if you have no power, like we're still out. And have a great start of the year if you're starting. If you've already started, let us know how you're doing. And if you're coming back from holiday, I hope you're doing okay. And I will catch up with you soon. My next one will be on the Flipgrid updates for elementary music, and I'll let you know when I'm a week out from that, and we'll do this again. Thanks so much.